EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 16 more on that one and another first down. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
They go play action with Jackson. And he is caught. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the Titans' 4-yard line.
Barkley again. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Saquon Barkley with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Working to put a drive together.
18, 5 in. Let's go.
Throwing is Ward. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You look at this Raiders defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Throwing now, Ward. Got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
To throw is Ward. That's caught left side by Ironman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
And the Titans, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They're giving him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Here's Ward. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line.
17 yards.
Yeah, they'll shift things around.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
To throw, here's Ward. That's complete to DK. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans.
Touchdown.
Chimere Dike with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Titans respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Joey Sly to kick off for Tennessee.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Mark, as a former defensive back, that's almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. The Raiders in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Look at the big man rumble. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. 50 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And the kick team down there quickly. They don't have to run as far as they used to. And they're able to stop him before he can even make it to the 15. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. 3-2 their record through the first 5 games of the year as they got the victory last week. It's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago and in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Ward. Here's a screen now for Pollard. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
70 Timberwolves.
They fake the handoff. Now Ward. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Ward. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Wan'Dale Robinson from 6 yards away. And the Titans are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied at 14.
Joey Sly taking off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. And they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 22 now, here's the second down and 6. Now Jackson. Open man, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. He may go. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Elijah Arroyo, 78 yards. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was released. Big-time play. They love taking advantage of the youngsters, and in this case, it paid off well.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
6-yard line.
This time Jackson will throw it. Now he'll tuck this and run, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down.
That's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they're still looking at 4th down now.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a 4th down.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Throwing is Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Raiders take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And bulldozing his way through. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. They go play action with Ward. He's got this complete to Robinson. Touchdown, Titans. Rondale Robinson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are back within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And they're within 7 now, 28-21. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Over the middle, complete. It's Tucker. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a second down and 9. Play action. Now Jackson. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
A gain of 24 yards. And the Las Vegas first down.
And Jackson throwing once more. That's caught. It's Dante Thornton. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be second down.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Throw right side, pulled in by Mayer. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Michael Mayer, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote the most Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now he's going to step up and run. Going to throw right side here, complete. 2nd down and 3. And now an audible here into something else. Play action. It's Ward. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacted the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already. Daniel Bellinger as the first half is winding down. And the Titans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes. That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Jackson. And going deep for Hill. This is intercepted. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Charles, they're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they say officially it's a 68-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Give them what they asked for. It's not enough.
Daniel Carlson, the kickoff for the Raiders.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. Now they can't bring him down. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Come on, come on. Pass the 60. Pass the 19 tight. 19 tight.
To throw is Ward. Now, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't get in.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Now Hill to return it. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger.
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant. Offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really high level.
They've been hot so far.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Here's Jackson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Trey Tucker, 41 yards. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. Carlson on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead out to 11.
Makes the score Raiders 42, Titans 31. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position. You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now, Ward. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 18. And the Titans first down.
Now they'll audible to something else.
43-yard line.
Here's Ward. Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Panther Street! Panther Street! Let go!
Ward off the play fake. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Play action now, Ward. And down he goes, brought down, Raider sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And it's 3rd down.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Cougar 19!
Throwing is Ward. That's into the hands of Iomanner. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Alec Iomanner, 52 yards. And the Titans have cut it back within a score.
Mustang 19! Let's go now!
Will line up for the
They'll look to throw. Complete at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Titans 39. Joey Sly to kick off for Tennessee.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. Jackson going to keep it. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Jackson going to keep it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Jackson. Downfield and caught by Thornton. He's to the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dante Thornton, 67 yards. And the Raiders will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
39.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Ward. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Running left is Barkley. And he will lose yardage here at the 31-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. DK to return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Titan football.
At their own 20-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. To throw, here's Ward. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Off play action, Ward. Open man down the field. That's Heilmann. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10. Now Ward. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
19, Charger, 19.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Dragon 60.
Again, it's Ward. That is caught. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
A 7-yard gain.
Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. For first and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Gunnar Helm, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
The kick is good.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Joey Sly kicking on for Tennessee.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback. And they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. For Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here first and 10. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Jackson now off the bootleg.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Raiders use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-yard lead.
56. Titans 46. Daniel Carlson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. On play action, Ward gets this to Bellinger. Finding room at midfield. Look at the big fella go. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Ward. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now.
Makes the score Raiders 56, 53.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6.
54-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw. Over the middle, he's going to find Eilman. And he's got a first down at the 40-yard line, but the clock runs.
16 yards. That's good for the Titans.
He's back to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. So he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's complete to DK. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.